Good afternoon, Steve here. I was noticing how when I look at myself before I hit the button to initiate the video, that if I think, it might be a good idea to smile, I smile and then it just changes my energetics. I think that's really useful just to recognize that, just to notice it. Today, in the Mayan calendar, it is a white self-existing mirror day, and Saturdays relate to the third eye. So I'm going to start off by reading what the self-existing tone 4 is. There's 13 tones. They are related to lunar tones. It's a cycle from 1 to 13. It goes back to 1 to 13. It goes back to 1 to 13. And each tone progressively builds on the next, leading up to the 13th tone, which is the kind of bringing it all together, and then it begins again. And the first tone is related. It's a magnetic tone. It draws to it. That's tone 1. Tone 2 is 2 tones and polarizing and complementary and challenging. Tone 3 is electric, which is more stabilizing. The triangle is a very stable structure. And tone 4 is bringing in another piece that, again, the words are to define, to measure, and to create form. So tone 4 is a self-existing tone, and it's only through the cooperation of measure as wholeness and order that any manifestation can occur on a coherent organism. Measure is the form-giving principle of energy, is represented by the number 4. That comes from maybe a book called The Mayan Factor, but it comes from something. It says The Mayan Factor, so it might be a book. There are 4 directions, 4 seasons, 4 elements, 4 limbs, 4 chambers of the human heart, 4 sides to the tetrahedron. 4 delivers structure into the third dimension. 4 offers double stability. It provides a uniform foundation which nature's order builds upon. 4 represents the essential role of definition in shaping our lives. Now, the white mirror, and it's interesting, I think both in the tarot, card we got today, which was the 4 of Wands, which is completion, it talks about really being able to look at oneself. It doesn't say how. It doesn't say looking at oneself without judgment, which is very useful if you can do it. If you can just look at yourself and not be judging yourself and looking like maybe your parents did to find out what's wrong with you and then telling you about it and then you think, oh, whoa, whoa. But just looking at oneself without judgment and just say, even if it's looking at oneself in ways that things might be useful to change or useful to complete, that feel incomplete. And I've been doing a lot of work with completing things within myself by being present with them, and also by using sound as a means of releasing stuck energies and contractions, and just releasing those stuck energies and contractions. So the white mirror is about reflecting, it's about endlessness, and it's about order. So we've got really tone 4, which is about order, and this is solar tone 18, which is about order. And there's a saying here by Anais Nin, or Anais Nin. We don't see things as they are. We see things as we are. Just think that is kind of an absolute. Okay. As human beings, we hold many perceptions about ourselves, others, and the world around us. While it appears these viewpoints are founded on evidence and experience, all perceptions are actually reflecting the climate and contents of our own psyche. I just have found that to be completely true. Like when I'm in a particular state, I see the world from that state. That's the way it is. And if I'm all like everything is beautiful, I see the world from that state. And if I'm like everything's wrong, nothing's working, I see everything from that state. And I really am able to watch it and clearly see that now almost immediately. Almost immediately when I wake up from the dream world, I can think, oh, what the next period of time is going to be like until I release and integrate this energy that I brought in to release and integrate from the dream world. As Jungian scholar Paul Levy shares, the universe is a divine ink blot. We are the source of meaning of this ink blot. The universe is very malleable, and the way that we interpret this universe has a creative potency on how this universe manifests. Interesting thoughts. In recognition that all perspectives are relative to the orientation of the viewer, white mirror allows all points of view their validity, even in the face of seeming oppositions or contradicting beliefs. Mirror understands all opinions to be subjectively true, knowing within this holographic universe there are no fixed absolutes. In essence, it is this endless diversity of reflections which composes the mysterious order of the whole, the many facets of the one. White mirror invites us, delve into the source of reflection and polish the mirror of our mind that we may see from the deepest clarity we are capable of. In this way, all occurrences in our lives can be used to see ourselves more clearly as an ongoing meditation of self-reflection. Ultimately, as we walk through the reflections, we can enter into the greater reality, the truth beyond the hall of mirrors, into the divine order which pervades all. And from Rumi, he says, we are the mirror as well as the face in it. We are tasting the taste this minute of eternity. We are pain and what cures pain. We are the sweet cold water and the jar that pours. Okay, as always, it's lovely to spend time with each of you that shows up and watches these videos on this channel. This is a channel about healing and consciousness, which are both about change. And so these hopefully help you to discover ways in which you can do self-reflection, self-acceptance while changing. Okay, now let's go.